Oh, you know what? You have to talk because I have to switch this thing over.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. It is Sunday night. It is here at the Indigo Chameleon Playroom, and we are kicked back, relaxing, cooling out, shooting some b-ball outside of the school because it has been a crazy week of 5 nights of Dungeons and Dragons and all sorts of other fun stuff going on. So,
oh my gosh, we literally like half an hour ago started setting up, and I went, oh god, I gotta set up cameras. Oh, we don't have a logo. Oh wait, yeah, it's been insane.
Lots of fun things to talk about. Plus, I thought you guys could help me plan out the one shot that I have in store for these players, as long as we just make Indigo constantly earmuffs it because she is playing. So, but I had an idea, and I thought it'd be fun to sort of talk around with you guys. But we can also do an AMA, ask us anything. No pretense of us trying to teach you a card game at all this week. It's just
generally unsuccessful anyway. We play a card game and then we forget to teach it to you.
Generally unsuccessful.
Generally unsuccessful?
So thank you. Come and join us. Come hang out with us for a little bit of time. And we're going to have, first thing we need to talk about, we're going to skip announcements this week.
What?
Because it's just
You're skipping announcements?
It's just a conversation we have.
Oh, so we're just going to give the announcements, but it will be in general conversation.
General conversation.
Oh my gosh, really?
So, first of all, we have shots prepared. We have shots of whiskey.
Oh yeah, well, and we realized because we were all sitting down and we were like, okay, yeah. And I said, I called it Loxodons and liquor because of alliteration. And so we have to have the liquor because we can't.
Can I propose a toast?
You can propose a toast.
This week, we did a charity stream to benefit the Trevor Project. We worked with Haley the DM and the Small Terrible Dragonborns. We worked with Murder Hobos, Murder Hobo Cast, and as of today, we hit our combined goal of 700 and.
We're actually above the combined goal
We're
now.
above
yes,
it.
I think I got up to 800 last time I checked.
So, Chameleonites, this one's for you.
Yay! Thank you.
We donated. We pooled our efforts. We got we got money to a cause that really deserves it, and so we couldn't do it without you guys. So, first drink of the night goes to you. There's always a spot at our table.
Okay, that's a lot.
You're the one who got that shot. You can't drink that.
I know, I love the shot glass, but that's...
It's like 2 shots.
Okay.
It's like...
Okay.
Don't drink the whole thing. Oh my god.
All right. That's good. So, anyway. Oh, and you know what? Should we update on... since we never announced Feeding Children Everywhere. Should we announce that?
Yeah.
I can do the first half of the announcement, because actually, Meowadeth is getting me the second half of the announcement, because I completely forgot...
Who's over there, Charlie? Hello,
Moswald
Faulty
and Faulty
Code.
Code Gamer, yay! She reminded me that there were also donations that went through to Feeding Children Everywhere from through Facebook, via Facebook, and so she's going to get me those numbers that we can add that in. But what we raised on stream, half of what we raised on stream in December and January.
You just drank like 2 shots of whiskey very quickly.
Was to go to Feeding Children Everywhere, and so the total of that was 43 for December and January.
Ooh.
And that was the half. It was 86, and so it was 43 to go to them, plus everything that went through Facebook, which I believe was quite a lot more than that. So, but we'll have the full total on that for you guys. I'm hoping by Tuesday she's going to get that to us.
Yes.
And yeah, and then Trevor Project, and then we've got Give Kids coming up in a couple of months. Next
big charity push on the stream, and what we are going to start doing, which I haven't talked to you about, is in lieu of doing continuous donations, we're really gearing up for this 24-hour-a-thon this summer. So instead, what we are going to start doing is we have a lot of creative people in our lives, and we also have a lot of people that have connections to different places and stuff like that. What I would love to start doing is gearing up for donations, like for things like dice, or I want to start putting together packs.
Yes.
Like D&D packs, like for kids that give kids the world.
Oh my gosh, yes. Like where we can give them a set of dice and like little explore packs that
explore packs.
that
figurines like that Magnoff did. So the next big push is that we can deliver like, hey, do you want to play?
Oh my gosh, and we can find out what one of those would cost us with a figure and with dice and everything else, and we can say, hey, you can donate this amount and this will get a pack for kid at Give Kids the World.
This buys a player's handbook or an introductory player's handbook, a set of dice, and we start working on putting together Indigo Explore packs.
That's beautiful.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Makes me cry. I love it.
So that's what we're going to start working on next. So we'll do dice and stuff like that.
And we are also doing our giveaway for everybody that helped contribute to Trevor Project. And by the way, it is not too late if you helped to contribute. The lines are still open. If you go to the URL, and what I will do is I'll get him to talk at some point, and I will find it and retype it into here. Actually, I can put it through my phone. But they're still taking donations. It hasn't closed down yet. They've actually redone their goal because they hit their goal. So they went, you know what? Since it's still open, let's see if we can get to 1,000.
Yeah, we've got some stretch goals and stuff like that.
Yeah. So on Tuesday, what we'll do is everybody who has donated up to that point, we'll put everybody's names in hat. I.e., we'll put everybody's names into the cool little thing on Twitch that allows me to roll randomly. And we will draw for that pack.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
So you can talk while I put that URL into the
Sure. Yeah.
chat.
So that was the thing we wanted to cover. That this coming Tuesday, we'll do that drawing because that is an episode of Wonder. But not only is it an episode of Wonder, it is also a musical episode of Wonder where the cast will be gaining advantage and all sorts of other goodies.
What could go wrong?
When they choose to sing improvised songs in an episode of Wonder, our 5e
when
D&D
we
game.
choose.
You don't have to sing, but the benefits will be mighty. Will be worth it. So tune in for that this coming Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Please come on out and enjoy yourselves with that. We'll have a special guest star. Beljinx the Bard will be making his wonderful debut.
I'm so excited.
Which should be a lot of fun.
If we have to sing to be able to get Beljinx the Bard to come here, then it's totally worth it.
It's totally worth it. That is Tuesday. Wednesday, we are dark here at Indigo Chameleon. On Thursday, I believe it's Creative Chaos?
Yes.
This week is going to be a Creative Chaos because Friday we have a one-shot that's going to be taking place here at the channel and stuff like that. We have some fans of the show, fans of the Indigo that don't necessarily live close to us, but we're going to be doing a Talking Head style one-shot. I'm very excited about. It is the first time I'm doing all of a particular race. It is an all Loxodon race, which is the elephant race. I have been studying up on it. My idea for this was to do a bunch of elephants that may have escaped from servitude, working for a traveling show, a circus, if you will, who basically travel around the kingdom, tracking down these shows and taking out the clowns that have been enslaving towns and sort of robbing them. So it's basically a bunch of elephants that are clown hunters. And if we have fun with this, I would love to revisit this and do this again.
This has nothing to do with how you feel about clowns, right?
I hate clowns so much. I've always been afraid of clowns, and it's always been something that's kind of freaked me out. So I figured, why not sort of unleash that aggression and in a healthy, constructive way in terms of Dungeons and Dragons and go forth. Hunting clowns, saving people. So think Supernatural, but with elephants instead of Sam and Dean. And they're taking out clowns. So it's sure to be a good time. So far, we have a cleric. We are a paladin. I think it's a paladin. We have a paladin. I think we have a rogue, and we have a
druid.
Druid that can wild shape.
Yeah, go ahead. No, and I'll tell you where this came from.
You go ahead.
Okay, so this came from this meme thing, not even really a meme, just like those random facts you see on Facebook.
Okay.
But I've seen it more than once. It keeps coming up about how the way an elephant's brain works when they look at humans is basically that they think we're cute. They think humans are cute. And I don't know that this is based on anything factual. I haven't actually looked it up and fact-checked it or anything. But I've just seen it a bunch of times on Facebook. And I was like,
sure.
Oh my gosh, wouldn't it be awesome if she's an elephant druid who thinks that humans are just the most adorable thing ever? And she's learned how to wild shape into a human animal.
She wants a pet human.
She totally wants a pet human.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it was entirely based on just Facebook.
But stay tuned. We'll release some stuff. We'll talk about that. I'm probably going to need some help, and we can substitute Creative Chaos if we want to for a homebrew and brew, and we can try to see if we can bring in a ringer. I think you know the ringer I'm talking about, to come up with the big bad for that campaign. Like if we wanted to, I bet we could entice him over here, and then like just put the two of us on a couch and help design.
For like the Loxodon one?
Like an evil clown.
Oh my gosh.
Like a bad guy.
The problem is he'd come up with something that scares you. You wouldn't be able to DM the thing.
I would be able to DM it knowing that you guys would be attacking it and like taking it out and stuff like that. So.
Oh, he'd come up with something awful.
Yeah. So
he'd try to kill us.
Well, that's the point. I mean, you want to provide a challenge, but you don't want to.
Hi, Magnoth.
Yeah. Speaking of. Hey, Magnoth.
He was just talking about you.
Private message me if you're available Thursday evening. I want you to come over here and be evil with me. And then I also want you to go on stream.
Just double check and make sure that that's actually supposed to be on Thursday. I didn't bring my calendar over here with me. I should have.
Bring your calendar over.
Bring my calendar. So, just so I can make sure we're not lying.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Thursday. Is that the 28th?
Yep.
Yep, that's Homebrew and Brew.
Yeah. So Magnoth, check your calendar, check your social calendar. And
his ears were burning and he joined us.
Hold for show? Yes, we will hold for show. But if you are...
I needed my calendar.
Yeah. If you are available, there is a seat next to me as you and I design and...
He's on a mobile, so he's only here for a second.
Okay.
But that's okay. That's okay. You heard the important things, which is come be evil with the scribe and think of ways to kill us.
You and I would design an evil clown nemesis for a bunch of Loxodon that are going to be fighting it and possibly its clown-like minions. So I'm sorely tempted to bump you guys to level 6.
Because we get all sorts of extra stuff.
Because you get all sorts of extra stuff at level 6, including. Have you decided what sort of druid you're going to be?
Oh my gosh, I've never played this circle before.
You're doing a circle, you're not doing spores.
I'm doing a circle. I'm not doing spores. I was going to do spores. But I started looking at circles, and normally I love Circle of the Moon, like for my druids. But there was Circle of the Grasslands, or Circle of the Land, but it was like grass. And the thing that I loved about it was, especially for an elephant, hang on, what was it? It was the stuff, it was the spells that she got automatically with this.
Okay.
Okay, so an elephant that by being Circle of the Land and it was grassland, so I was like, African elephant, this makes sense. Especially because when I was looking up Loxodons, the sciencey part of me. So Loxodon or Loxodonia, something or whatever. It refers to African elephants, not Asian elephants. Like for the genus and the species, the genus name is Loxodon. So it made sense that it was grasslands.
Sure.
Nobody else
Rather
cares,
than
but I do.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the spells that you got with the Circle of the Land were invisibility, pass without a trace. It was all like stealth spells for an elephant, and it made me laugh so hard. So it's like invisibility, pass without a trace, daylight, and haste.
You're gonna be a quick-moving invisible elephant.
Invisible elephant. I love it so much.
All right. Well, I can't say no to that. Well, I need somebody to come on Indigo other than myself and DM because I really want to play a Circle of the Spores druid. It looks so.
We just
cool
bought
to me.
on D&D Beyond today. We just bought Loxodon and Circle of the Spores.
Circle of the Spores. I think that's it.
There was one other thing. No, there was one more.
There might be one more. Yeah.
Oh no! It was for you, Magnoth. We got Minotaur.
Oh, Minotaur. That's
because of you.
Yeah. We saw how much fun you were having with it, and we wanted.
So so we officially added Minotaur to our content on DDB.
Yeah, I'm desperate to play a Circle of the Spores druid. You're not aware of this, but the Circle of the Spores at level 6, after you kill a creature, the spores have the ability to go in and basically reanimate it. And it's just the most recent thing.
And make it like a zombie?
And make it like a zombie controlled by the spores around you.
Well,
so
we weren't going to be level 6, we were going to be level 5, and now you're talking about changing it.
Well, no, what does Circle of the Land get? I'll look it up as you
at level 6, I think it gets stuff at level 5. I don't think it gets, I could be wrong. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it. Actually, I don't think I've even finished building my Loxodon yet. I may have to do that tonight a little bit.
Okay.
Hang on, my characters. So we are totally not paid or supported in any way by D&D Beyond. They give us zero monies, but we just for absolute free will tell you how much we love D&D Beyond. So yeah, they're amazing. So I've got my Loxodon, and we finally broke down, because you get like 6 characters for free on D&D Beyond, and you get like access to the player's handbook and all of that stuff, and it's amazing. But we finally broke down and got the subscription and started getting some content because
Circle of the
we get
Land.
Loxodons and we get all this cool stuff that we couldn't get before.
Aferia level 1, Aferia level 5, Aferia level 2.
It's true. I use Aferia a lot. I love her. I love her so much.
Funny. No, Circle of the Land has stuff where you can't be basically impeded by difficult terrain, like at all. Like at magical plants,
level 6?
you get
Okay.
special advantages on.
That's all
and stuff
right.
like
That's
that.
not great. But I was also thinking in terms of designing a character that I probably wasn't going to be using a whole heck of a lot.
Yeah.
So, oh, you know what I need to pull up is not my character sheet. What I need to pull up is just D&D Beyond, like
Just
Druid,
yeah.
Circle of the Land.
Yeah.
Druid. All right, because that'll give me all the specs on it. But yeah, so level 6 just gives me the ability to not have to worry about difficult terrain.
Yeah,
That's it?
essentially. Yeah. Like you basically don't have to worry about like difficult terrain. You get advantage on any saving throws against plants, like magical plants and things like that. Like,
Well, that's not as fun. See,
That's
you
okay.
told us level 5. You
Well,
didn't
then
tell
I will
us
keep it
it.
level
No, it's
5.
okay.
I will
You
keep
can
it
go to
level 5.
because I get an extra 3rd level slot.
You too.
And here, Druid Circle feature, which is probably what you just told me, but that's okay.
But yeah, so tune into that on Friday. It's going to be at Friday at 8 p.m. We're going to get to play with some of our favorite people here on this channel and sort of have a fun little talking head style game. It's going to be great. And then I don't know if Magnoff has responded because I don't have my glasses on and don't have the chat pulled up or anything like that. So
He loves Sports Druid so much. He says, yes, Asterion. I'm reading these all out of order. He already has an idea. So
perfect. So
yes.
we'll be designing an evil clown, hopefully.
Okay, so Circle of Land, Grassland, and those were my spells, and I get Daylight and Haste at 5th level. I don't get anything extra until 7th level.
An elephant casting pass without a trace.
I know, isn't that amazing? That's the whole reason I did it. Plus, it worked with Africa and African elephants.
I wonder if you get fly at that level.
At Fly? What, for a Druid?
No.
Druid is like, if I'm remembering right, 4th level swimming, 8th level flying.
I gotta see an elephant fly.
You're gonna bump us up to 8
I gotta
now,
see an
aren't you?
elephant fly.
No, but I can make
spell
myself
fly.
into an elephant that flies. Oh, the
Yeah.
spell fly? I don't have the spell fly. I don't know what level fly is. If anybody is like I'll look it up. But if anybody is like a person who's memorized these things,
Maybe I gotta give somebody
fly.
a magical instrument, or like you guys get flying.
I
potions
have
at some
to.
point.
Now I have to see what level fly is. Fly is a 3rd level spell. I think I have a 3rd level. Hang on a minute.
You do have a 3rd level.
That's it. I have to knock out whatever I picked for 3rd level and cast fly instead.
Yeah.
So that we can see an elephant fly. Okay, I'm going back to my character right now.
You don't have to.
I'm doing this. I'm going to my spells. What did I pick for 3rd level? I don't even know what I picked. For third
Anyway,
level.
so yeah, tune in for that. It's going to be a good time. Homebrew and Brew is going to be fun this week. We'll design an evil clown bad guy together.
I picked Dispel Magic. Now that is a very, very useful
Keep
spell.
Dispel Magic.
No. Oh wait. Oh, Fly isn't a Druid spell. I can't cast Fly.
Well, you ain't Fly. Because you can't cast Fly.
Whatever.
That's all right.
Hang on a minute. I'm gonna figure this out. Who can cast Fly? I know that bards can usually cast Fly, right?
I don't know. I'm able to cast Fly just based on the weapon, my bardic weapon that I have. So
It doesn't tell me under Fly who can cast it. Oh, Sorcerer, Warlock, Wizard, Artificer.
Boom.
Do we have a wizard?
We don't.
I thought
The Loxodon is being changed. We got like a paladin. We
Oh,
got
Nick was gonna be
Big Mike
Big
or
Mike.
Nitro.
was going to be a wizard, but he's not going to be a wizard. He's going to be something else.
Right.
I don't remember what.
So
if we have a sorcerer, a warlock, a wizard, or an artificer, they can cast fly.
No, you have a good buddy who has been working with the Loxodon and basically is like the Bosley.
Yeah.
His name is Tiny, and he basically sends them out on missions. But he is their Loxodon artificer that like sets them up with gear and stuff like that before a mission. And
is he going to give us something so that we can fly?
I think he'll give you give one of you a magic feather that can.
Oh my gosh! Yes, please give us a magic feather.
Yes, he'll give one of you a magic feather.
This is amazing. Cough, cough, Dumbo, cough, cough. I love it.
That will allow the Loxodon to fly.
Oh, Faulty Code Gamer. Okay, so what you have to do, I will put our Discord up as soon as I figure out which mouse attaches to which computer.
Sure.
But I'll put our Discord up. You should find us in Discord because we do streaming games, like remote games. And so what we'll have to do is just join our Discord and we post stuff when we're going to be doing remote games. And that way you can join us and do D&D with us, and it will be amazing.
Look under the recruitment channel.
So we have a little recruitment thing, and find us on Discord, join us, and we're trying to get more remote games going. We're trying to get more remote D&D 101 games for brand new players who have never played before because it's been working so well here, but we want to include more people that don't live in this area.
Sure.
And then
hey, Faulty Code Gamer just joined up on the
Yay, thank you. And then we've got we did a remote game that had there was somebody from England, there was somebody from California,
England, California, Philadelphia, New York.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was so cool. I love technology. Technology is amazing.
Magnoth will be here, and he and I will be doing Homebrew and Brew with you on Thursday.
I'm excited and scared.
Designing an evil clown for these guys to face. And will you be our producer and hang out with us?
I will totally be your producer and listen in on all your evil plotting.
Awesome, fun.
Because technically it's online, so any of the other players can listen in on your evil plotting. So I'm allowed, right?
They could. And maybe Magnoth and I will have
some secret stuff afterwards.
So Gamer, welcome to the Indigo Chameleon and the Habitat. We're happy to have you. So come and join us and hang out with us.
Join our geeky wonderfulness of language speaking stuff.
You want another shot?
No.
2 shots. Okay. You're good.
Yes. No.
Yes.
Maybe later.
No. There's lots of fun stuff coming up on the horizon, kiddos. There's a project that we just got word about pretty late last night, that we can't talk about totally.
That project.
But basically an offshoot of D&D 101, which is all sorts of fun stuff.
So excited.
With lots of happiness.
We're going to announce it as soon as we can.
We're going to announce it as soon as we can, but there's lots of happy fun times.
Oh, and thank you, Meowdith, for my necklace. This necklace is, okay, so short version of this. We over on Discord, we have a RP little thread for the Blood and Bourbon, which is Vampire of the Masquerade inspired kind of room. Mm-hmm. And so my character in that, whose name is Abigail, had a necklace like this in one incarnation of this. And Meowdith found a necklace that matched it, except without all the char marks and the burning. So I wore it tonight. Thank you. That's so pretty.
What would you guys like to see in terms of one-shots people that are watching right now? I kind of am digging writing this one because it is such a themed niche one-shot. It's hyper-specific and stuff like that.
We need to write ideas for one-shots.
But we have the schedule mapped out kind of until June, July in terms of doing shows and things of that sort. So I don't know if there is stuff that you'd rather see. Oh my gosh, Magnoth, yes. Perfect. Nope, you can't see that.
Okay.
No, that was he and I are already.
You're already plotting?
Yes. But what would you guys like to see?
You're going to run out of ideas by Thursday. You're going to already have your evil plotting done. You're going to have nothing to talk about on Thursday. You're just going to sit there staring at a camera.
We'll jump into Dimitri's shop.
I love Dimitri's shop.
And Dimitri's shop will have brand new items for everyone to have.
There's so many items.
Yes. So no, there's always time to nerd out about Dungeons and Dragons and homebrew and brew with friends and things of that nature. So help remind me. I'll pick us up some coffee beers. I feel.
Don't forget to pick up some coffee beers.
Thank you so much. That's
You're
very
welcome.
sweet. Yeah. So what would you guys like to see in terms of one shots? Do we want quick little adventures? Are you more of a fan of?
I
sort of
love the
niche?
Fairly Tales you came up with for all the D&D 101 people.
Our
Oh
camera
god,
just got
we got all
very-
blurry. What? Here, it was doing that the other night too. Why is it okay?
I'll fix it.
See, you fixed it, and then I just fixed it again, which means it's probably
Yeah.
okay. It's good.
There.
So like for D&D 101 the other day, he came up with Fairly Tales, which were like twists and spins on like traditional fairy tales. So
Do we want to go
ours-
back to Fairly? Do we want
ours
to
was
go?
like Little Red, but it was not Little Red the way you learned Little Red. It was like werewolves and stuff. It was kind of cool. You mean for
We could do
like
that in
just
one
general
shots,
one
just
shots?
general,
We could.
like, one
I mean, it was
shots and stuff
fun.
like
I
that.
like it. Other ideas? Do you guys have ideas for one shots? Hello, Huntman. How are
Hey.
you?
Welcome to Indigo.
Well, thank you
Chameleon.
for joining us, even for 10 seconds. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That was like 2 shots in one, wasn't it?
You had
Yep.
2 shots of whiskey.
Hey.
You did. So we're talking one shots right now. We're talking the Loxodon class or race in 5e. I kind of am tempted to do something akin to that, like, or maybe do like the different schools, like almost if we did an all bard episode, but everybody took
that
a
could be fun.
different college.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
Or we,
love that idea.
Or we took druids and we just had a
Just
bunch of
all
different
druids, but different like
druids.
circles.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
Might be kind of fun,
Yeah.
right?
And you can also go off of, it's like we've got this entire campaign built off of Wonder. So there might be other things, i.e., like that you can kind of do spin-offs that don't,
Pod.
that are homages rather than like a Potter
Horrors,
homage.
like Defense Against the Dark Arts,
Yes.
like, yeah.
And even go into other fandom genres.
What are some fandoms?
What about a
of-
D&D in space? What about a Star Wars
You're,
homage?
you're actually talking something along the lines of Spelljammer.
Yeah?
Back in the day, Spelljammer was released, and it was essentially D&D in space, all sorts of different classes. Now, the creators, the current president of D&D Beyond, and the writers, fairly recently just
See, you are giving me a hard time about talking about Loxodons and genus and species and everything else. that you could-
released on Twitter
Sorry, huh?
just the word Spelljammer, which was an old module that took everything and sort of put it into space. So there's rumors that it's either going to be an add-on or it's going to be a whole new thing of like the possibility of Spelljammer coming back, which would be amazing.
Which would.
Yeah, 5e
But
in
that
space.
doesn't mean you can't do a really, really cool one-shot in space.
I could do a cool one-shot in space.
That'd be pretty amazing.
I kind of I would most likely want to create my own race of people, like my own race, and have it be almost Avatar.
Oh, like we're all one race. You create like homebrew the race, and then we can be druid or blah 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 or blah 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 within that race that you've created.
Within that race.
So that you can create a standard, like this is what everybody can do.
You're
that
connected.
Fits this particular world.
Yeah, but make it Avatar-esque. Like you all are
Yeah.
connected to this planet, and the other groups are coming in to sort of.
I
steal
like it because you
resources.
could give us kind of the basics that we needed for that campaign.
Yeah.
That wouldn't normally be in a D&D race.
Or make it 2 separate races and let you guys choose. 3 on 1, and the races having to come together to stop a threat to the planet.
That's kind of cool.
That are maybe
Then you're
antagonistic towards
homebrewing
each
2
other.
races.
I'm homebrewing.
But we
2
could
races.
do that on Homebrew and Brew.
We could just make it an extended. Hey, we're going back and working on the planet. So let's name the planet tonight.
Ooh.
Let's name the planet
Yes,
tonight
getting
for
creative.
like how many people do we got out there? We got
Well, right
we got
now
some
we're
chatters.
going up and down and up and down. But we got some people here.
Who's got the name of a planet? Exotic looking, maybe like a name or something that means a lot.
Or alternatively, an aspect of a planet or something about it that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Because we can always get to a name through an aspect of the planet.
True.
Is it like, is there something that makes it really unique? Is there something that makes it...
We could also open up this discussion on Discord as well and create the unnamed planet. I might actually do that right now.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so, Will, do you want to make it about the like the terrain of the planet, or do you want to make it more about the like socio-political?
Either. We're building this from the ground up.
Okay. You could have two races of people. You could have a planet that has very...
Should we put this in games or research and development?
Research and development?
Planet.
Okay.
D&D.
All right. So, what if you've got a planet that... Oh gosh, I'm trying to think if this is rotation or revolution. You've got a planet that rotates incredibly slowly. Okay. So this planet in space, day and night, like day lasts for an incredibly long amount of time, like 100 years, and night lasts for an incredibly long amount of time, like 100 years. And so because of that, one side of the planet would be very, very cold and very, very dark for like 100 years at a time. And half of the planet, the other side of it, would be very, very hot, almost unbearably hot, and daylight for most of the time. And so you've either got two races of people, one who is adapted to this extreme heat and extreme daylight, and another who's adapted to this extreme dark and extreme cold. But they either, in order to solve it, one of two things has to happen. Either they have to constantly migrate, because as that planet turns, they're going to have to move around it. Like, it can happen over a long period of time, but they're going to have to stay in the night or
they're
stay in the
migratory
day.
people.
Or the other solution is that you've got one race of people, but they can only live in the middle. They can only live in the sunrise or sunset portions of the planet, because the daylight side is too hot for life, and the nighttime side is too cold for human life, or for whatever kind of life. And so you've got the sunrise and the sunset people that have to be constantly migratory.
What if the Greys, the Twilights, like make a deal with another outside race of aliens or people to bring permanent twilight to the planet? Thereby making themselves the dominant species on the planet.
Freeze the planet where it is, or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, but even if you went with that, you've still got people living on exact opposite sides of a planet that have no way to really interact or relate to each other, because in order to get to the other side of the planet, they would have to travel through the daylight, or they would have to travel through the night.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of takes out the space aspect, because that's then more about this other planet. But I don't know. I think it's kind of cool.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a one shot. It's establishing the life on one.
It might be a better book. Never mind.
No, it's a great book. Like, I'm already spiraling off in different directions and being like, yeah, and the Greys,
copyright 2019.
The ones that live in the middle, they're the only ones that can have to get to be the travelers and the merchants and stuff like that, because they can go back and forth between.
I know, because they're able to sustain either the extreme heat or the extreme cold.
Yeah,
this is going to be a book series.
It is.
Somebody's going to steal it from me, and I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they stole my idea. Look, okay, on March 24th,
it's here.
I have it on stream. I came up with it.
It's here for posterity.
Somebody is totally writing this book right now.
This is an Indigo Chameleon original idea. If anybody gets this and sells it.
Emissaries. They send emissaries back and forth. I know. Isn't this cool? I love it. But they've got to have emissaries who... Okay, they have emissaries. They have people that they have contacted that live in space.
Okay.
But not everybody knows about this. Most of the planet is completely unaware that there are even extraterrestrial beings in space. But these emissaries somehow have contacted these people, and they've got suits. They've got ways that they can travel. But it's a sect. It's a specific group of people. It's this rogue-like group of people. It's secretive, because nobody can know about this technology, because this is their livelihood, this is their lifeblood. It's been passed down families through generations of having this secret technology that enables them to pass through this extreme heat or extreme cold, these spacesuits,
right,
per se.
Okay. I'm into it. Who came up with the emissaries idea? That was really good.
That was Faulty Good Gamer. Emissaries. They send emissaries back and forth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm into
I
this.
love this.
Yeah. So we'll homebrew and brew this. Maybe we'll spend a little bit of time on this when it comes to...
There's a meeting place for the emissaries right on the border. I know the emissaries have to pass off and then pass the information back and forth. It's this whole secret society of emissaries.
The borderlands. That's constantly moving as the
This is so cool.
Yeah. You're into this. You're so into this.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I tend to get So this has happened recently. I tend to go on tangents and then I want to write this stuff. So this over on Discord, and Faulty Go Gamer, you're going to discover this because you're over on our Discord now. We took this one idea with these two characters that aren't even on this particular stream. They're on a completely different stream, but it's these characters that one of them just changed to a tiefling. It was D&D and all of this stuff. And we ended up writing this kind of fan fiction based on it and incorporating this other character from this other campaign. And it just kind of took on a life of its own. And we've been essentially writing fan fictions based on these characters. And now I'm like, the emissaries! Like, this is the new title of this new thing that we're going to write. And it's going to be amazing. And
right.
Yeah, sorry.
You don't need to apologize. This is good. This is very, very good.
I like writing good stories.
Well, the good news is we can create this.
Yes. See, Faulty Good Gamer understands, and we can go on tangents together. Thank you.
We can create the particular race that lives on the planet, but we can have the three sub-races of the light, the dark, and the emissary.
Oh, maybe there are people that live in the light and the dark, and most of the people on the planet aren't even aware of the people of the light and the people of the dark.
Yeah.
But there are the creatures or whatever they are. There are
we
things
do three
that live
sub-races
in the light.
of like people who live in the light, people who live in the dark, and the emissaries. And then if we like it enough, we can start incorporating them into our games. Like you can do this, or you can do this alien race of people that have found their way, that have migrated to Faerun or migrated to Wonder. You know what I mean?
Gosh,
where they have resistances against the light.
Like the people of the light or the creatures of the light or whatever they are would have a resistance to like fire damage and stuff like that.
But they would have the opposite of dark vision. They would have it because they're not used to they would have to be, you know. But the people that live in the dark would have dark vision up to
cold damage, but they'd have amazing dark vision and stuff like that.
Right.
You've got easily 3 races you could create out of this.
Yeah. This is good. Emissaries get a bonus to their charisma for having to do the two
because they're able to travel through both, but they have to be able to interact with all 3 species on the planet essentially.
Right. Light and dark would have the plus to the Constitution.
So you've really got 4 races because you've got the people of the light, the people of the dark, the emissaries, and then the citizens.
Well, I would make them the citizens.
The citizens are the emissaries. Only some citizens are.
No, the citizens are the light and the dark. Like it's these two
Oh, okay.
sets
So you
of
don't have people living in sunrise and sunset. You have people living in light and dark.
The people who live in sunrise and sunset are the emissaries. Because you have to be in the middle in order to sustain both temperatures.
Okay, so it's not about an alien race anymore. It's about the people of the light and the people of the dark are the emissaries between the 2 other races, most of which...
What about people that are both light and dark? Ooh.
Oh, so once in a while somebody's born
that
can exist in both.
Well, that's what the campaign should be about.
People that can travel through the light or the dark.
Yeah.
And they're shunned.
Yeah.
They're shunned as being like misfits, as people who are... Oh my god!
You're writing a young adult fiction novel in your head.
And the people that are sparkly, and they have like glitter on their skin, and people in the dark are super broody. Okay.
I'm thinking of like special abilities that would allow they living in the light so much that what they've done is they're able to, instead of absorb the light or their skin getting dark, they almost create husk, and every day if they need to, you get once a day you can shun off an attack by shunning off the husk.
You shed your husk.
You shed your husk and are able to sort of like slough it off or something like
I
that.
like
Like the people that live in the dark would probably develop like thick skin or like fur, almost like
to
a
help
dark
protect them
hair,
from this.
so that like you can do maybe.
The people of the light would have some sort of a bright skin, a reflective skin. It's like, wearing white shirts on a really sunny day, it reflects the light, and you don't want to wear dark shirts because you get hotter, it absorbs the light. So they'd have very, very bright reflective skin because it would help them to reflect all of this light.
Yeah.
But they'd be like daywalkers. Ooh, I love daywalkers. Wow. No, don't worry. We're not going actual Twilight. You don't have to dip out. We're good. We're totally good.
Please don't dip out. No, we're not.
Please don't. We're totally on the same page here.
We've been making fun of Twilight pretty consistently.
This entire the thing I was talking about, this fan fiction started because we were kind of making fun of Twilight.
Yes.
Because this character who is just turned into this tiefling, he decided to write this whole. Oh gosh, I can't even recreate it. But like my terrible, ugly horns that are so attractive. Nobody can keep their hands off me. It was very Twilight.
Long story, real short. We had a player that was recently reincarnated using the Druid reincarnate spell, and he went from being this skinny, asthmatic half elf to a sort of like demonic
6-foot purple
tiefling.
skin demonic tiefling.
Yeah. And it's just the most punk rock transformation
Yes.
you've ever seen. Like, I almost want to do like an infomercial with Zephyr and be like, hey folks, this is what I used to look like. Like I was like the new sports drink reincarnate. Like, warning: reincarnate can have side effects such as short height. Horniness.
I'm sorry. It just came out. I didn't censor.
The horns. Yeah, no, that's really good. That's actually really good. So
Steve Rogers and Captain America.
Yes. So yeah, that's some of the fun that you will discover on the Indigo Chameleon Discord.
Yes. There's so many things to discover. Just dark.
Start clicking around. I'm already getting messages from people being like, "What the hell is Planet D&D?" Like, and I was like, we need to add an explanation before we just start dropping channels in the Discord. And stuff
No. Sometimes channels appear and disappear, randomly because somebody got inspired to
One
put
day
something
only.
crazy in there. It's fun. Yeah. We love it. We're pretty laid back.
Well, cool.
So anyway, yay. Okay, so we went somehow from Loxodons to
creating our own planet. Yes.
Elephants we don't even have a name for this planet, but it's a cool planet, and I'm really excited about this really cool planet that we just created.
I wish we hadn't used the name Etheria. It's such a good name for a planet.
Etheria is a good name for a planet.
It really is.
But I'm keeping Etheria for my own character name. Thank you. I like it.
I know.
Okay, so this planet, where it's light and dark, but people do have to migrate, because if it turns... we could have a planet that doesn't ever turn, but it feels unrealistic because it would just get ridiculously hot. It's got to turn just a little bit, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, but that does mean that people will always have to migrate. Like that over 100 years, people will slowly move west or east depending on which way the planet rotates. But they are going to have to be a group of migratory people over time.
That doesn't seem conducive to building civilization.
But it is. There are plenty of like maybe not permanent civilizations, or maybe they've used the emissaries to communicate. Like there are cities that are built over, but they know that every 10 years the cities switch. People move to a new city, but like entire cities will move on and take over the old city, or perhaps it's a forcible evacuation.
If it was a small enough place that there was a week-long migration where they...
Luminox. Hi, Bad Tooth Records. How are you?
Hi.
Hello. I like Luminox. That's nice. Because it's like you've got like Nox, which is like a root or a base for night.
That's real good.
And Lumi, which is like a base root or a root word for...
Faulty Code Gamer. Go write that in Planet D&D. It's under research and development on the Discord.
Yes.
That's really good.
For like light. Ooh. Greek and Roman root. I love it. It's amazing. Yes.
Yeah. Bad Tooth.
Yeah, Lumos and Nox. Yes, we are totally on the same page here. That's amazing.
What if there was? What if there was a week where like the haze sets in, and the civilization switched cities? Like the cities were permanent, but the people changed.
Yeah, well, that's the thing that I'm saying. It's kind of like, I don't know. Did you ever read the Dragon Riders series?
Yes.
And this connects really not a lot. But
Right.
okay, so the thread came back to the planet, but it would come and it would be present for a certain amount of time, and then it would be gone for like 100 years.
Right.
Or more. I don't even remember because it's been a while since I've read them. But to the point where people forgot about it. And then it would come back and they would be like, oh crap, that's right, this bad thing happens and we have to figure out how to deal with it. But if you're talking about a rotation that takes place over, say, because like our planet, 24 hours is day and night. So if you're talking about a planet that like day and night is 100 years or even 50 years, like the migration pattern of people is going to be slow. It's going to be like we'd have to do the math on it, but
Yeah.
it's not an immediate thing. It's not like something you're having to move every day, but every 10 years or so, there's a tradition, there's a celebration, there's like the great moving or the great...
Well, I'm thinking too of things along the lines of Bad Tooth.
So Bad Tooth, we were totally, we went on a tangent and we were talking about one-shots for D&D, and then we were talking about space-centered one-shots for D&D, and then we tried creating a planet, and now we're talking about this planet.
If I'm an emissary, I go and grab the rocks from the light side and migrate them over because they would radiate heat and light. Like we make it so that like each of the societies are codependent like on the other for certain things. Like, do you know what I mean?
You get your
like
warmth and light from the side of the light.
But there's water you can't sustain over there because it evaporates too quickly. But like,
so all of your water ends up having to come from
or
the
water or
outside
plants or certain plants or certain fruits and stuff like that. Like, but just this weird
but
ecosystem.
Only the emissaries can bring.
If it's a young adult novel, occasionally kids are born with like.
So the emissaries in that case, because before we had people living in sunrise and sunset. Now if we've got people living in light and dark, then you've only got 3 races you have to create. The emissaries become the people who are born that can live in light or dark.
That are purposely put in the twilight when they're born to acclimate them to both temperatures.
Yeah, and they move back and forth, and then they're able to bring goods and services and all that from the light to the dark and the dark to the light.
The tribe sacrifices one child every year to live in the
twilight.
In the twilight.
To move back and forth and to be used to both temperatures.
To be used to both temperatures.
And twilight keeps changing, like where twilight is, but the place of the twilight is a sacred place. Like whatever buildings are currently in the twilight.
Yeah.
Are sacred. Are oh my gosh.
I was just.
I can dig that, a bit of world building. Yes.
Yeah.
And I believe that Faulty Code Gamer just gave us our planet name because that's beautiful. I love it so much.
We're going to use that.
Oh, I love Luminox so much. That's so perfect. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, we can come up with different like races and these certain people that are born in between them, like, you know what I mean?
This is really cool. So you need 3 races. You need a light race, a dark race, and we have to come up with names for them.
Right.
But we could go in the roots of Luminox.
Yeah, well, Lumians, Noxians, and...
Ooh, I like that.
Lumians, Noxians, and...
Lumos and Nox. So you've got Lumians, Noxians. The planet is Luminox.
Yeah. But think of these different creatures, man. Like these different creatures that we could play around with. That like stuff that would like survive in the light and the dark.
And then we could just have the emissaries.
Yeah.
I have to write this down. Okay. So, wait, notes. Okay. Lumians. My phone is not recognizing any of these words. Noxians. That is not how it's spelled. Nox. E-N-S. No! Stop changing what I'm writing. I know it's not a real word. It's a real word to me. Lumians, Noxians, and then the emissaries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, this is so cool.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you're doing a happy dance. I'm doing a happy dance too. I mean, not literally, because if I do that, I'll be up there and you won't. But yeah, this is so cool.
I'm into this. We're going to have so much fun with it. And emissaries being able to sort of pick what sort of aspect they're going to choose every day. Like what sort of...
This is really neat.
Like, oh, what a terrible happy life to be like absorbed into this collective of like children.
You never had a choice in it. You were placed there, and that's been your life. You've been trained into that since birth.
Yeah.
You never knew who your parents were because
it would make
you're
it
an
harder
emissary.
for you.
You've been an emissary from the day you were born.
You belong to the emissaries. Like, you belong to them. Like, because otherwise people would just run away. People would want to try to go back home.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, lurk away, please do. Thank you for joining us, Bad Tooth Records.
We're very happy to have you.
Yay!
Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome to Indigo Chameleon. If you guys haven't already, click that little heart up in the corner.
Yes.
And give us a follow, because that helps us.
And if you want to join our crazy world building, which it tends to happen super spontaneously, then feel free to join our Discord, because we come up with all sorts of fun things there.
Caste system. Huh.
Oh.
Yeah, honestly, there would be, because the people that...
You are correct. No raw pork and phone.
The people that live closer towards the center of the light have the least amount to move. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like it builds outward.
Right.
Like if the light is here, you are here.
Well, and if it's 100 years, and if a lifespan, actually, you know what? If a lifespan is, say, what a human lifespan is, then the place to live would be
the furthest,
the place right after sunrise.
No,
because you can live your entire life in the day.
It's still colder.
Yeah,
the
you're right.
closer you get to the edges, like you almost have to like make it so that it's.
And they get to constantly stay within the brightest of the light.
The brightest,
the bright ones.
The bright ones. The bright ones.
And the dark ones. You know, those are the rulers. Those are the elite of the people.
So what shakes up the world? Something happen to the sun? Do people discover the planet?
Does the planet start rotating faster for some reason? Are there more people that are being born that are able to live in the light and the dark?
Is this a different plane of existence?
Almost like in Frostpunk? I'm not familiar with Frostpunk. Are you familiar with Frostpunk?
No.
I might have to look this up.
What is Frostpunk?
Tell us more about Frostpunk. I'm going to look it up right here on the computer while we're doing that. Frostpunk. Frostpunk official site. Hopefully this is the same Frostpunk that you're talking about. Frostpunk game.
The biggest DLC so far. Endless mode to brand.
It's on Steam.
Ooh. We'll look into this.
Yeah.
This might be a lot of fun.
We may have just invented somebody that somebody already invented.
No, this seems like
the city must survive. Frostpunk is it keeps switching back and forth. No,
looks like a mixture of steampunk and like the
Frostpunk is a city survival game where heat means life and every decision comes with a cost. Make the Law Society. It's a group of people abiding the same rules and sharing similar beliefs. Establishing laws and customs will be a crucial factor shaping your society. Weigh your choices. Will you allow child labor? How will you treat the sick and wounded? Challenges at players' tactical skills. Well, something about morality. I can't read fast enough for this. Maintain the hope. Survival is about hope and the will to live. Your ability to spark and maintain these two in your people will be a determinant factor for success. Wow, it sounds like there's a lot of common themes.
I'm getting so into this. Into this.
Where you have to survive in a winter apocalypse. Ooh.
If you're a druid from one particular side, you can only channel animals that you've encountered.
Oh, only animals of the dark. And then you've got animals of the light. So you've got two druid circles. You've got a druid, like Circle of the Light and Circle of the Dark.
Circle of Lumos, Circle of Nox.
Ah!
Yeah.
This is cool.
This is very cool.
This is so cool.
If you're part of Lumos, if you're a Lumian, you get to cast the light spell without burning a spell slot once a day. the
Oh
other
my
side gets to
gosh.
cast a darkness spell, like once a day.
This is really, really cool. What if the light side experiences an eclipse? Oh, Kevin Slug.
Oh, once
that's
every
good.
yeah. Is that Slug?
That's Slug. What if the light side experiences an eclipse? That's
sci-fi
brilliant.
goodness right there.
Yeah.
And it's been so long that nobody remembers that this happens. Like
They think that they've been brought into the dark. They think they've been transported.
It causes
that somehow the people of the dark tricked them, transported them into the dark.
And
that the people of the dark have the power now.
Yeah. So the dark wage war being like, this is our time to go forward. The light goes, we have to attack them before they get over here.
Oh my god.
And the only people that know anything about this or like can stop any of this from happening are the emissaries, right? Like are the middle ground.
He said that's kind of like Nightfall by Isaac Asimov. I have not read Nightfall. Have you read Nightfall?
No, but I'll start doing some research now that we have this like in our back
Yeah.
pocket and it's sort of growing and shaping into something.
Oh my gosh. Now, what sort of an event could happen to the dark side of a planet that would create light? Like alternatively, if we wanted to go in that direction. Like, because I'm trying to think like most events like events in space, comets and things like that don't really light up a
Like
whole planet.
solar
They don't
flares
create-
or something?
Yeah, but they don't create enough light to be like, oh my gosh, now it's daylight. Ha!
Yeah.
Yeah, comets. That's what I was saying. I was like comets, but there's not enough. It's a story about a planet with 6 suns, so it's always light out except for once every couple of thousands of years. Ooh, okay. And then everybody gets plunged into darkness, and it's just.
Yeah.
But it works. I think that the eclipse theory or the eclipse idea might work better because it's just a little easier to deal with story-wise.
Yeah.
But it could be considered an attack. It could be considered, I mean, especially if you're talking about like a D&D 5e kind of thing where magic is a real thing, then it could be oh my gosh, they found a way to take our light away through magic. It's an attack. It's a magical attack on our side. We have to retaliate.
Well, I mean, you would almost think that like society would, if we make it so that one side is a little bit more barbarian and fighter side of things, and the light side is a little more magic, and so that when the eclipse happens and they're thrown into darkness, light goes, F it, cast it. And they cast a ritual so that light hits the entire planet. Like
everybody who has magic casts sunlight or daylight or something.
And it kickstarts something off where like the whole planet now is hazy. Like, but it's do you know what I mean? Like some sort of cataclysmic event. Like, but you have one side that's a little bit more like sort of animal, like the druid, ranger, barbarian fighter side of thing, while the other side is more mage, sorcerer.
Okay, so what if the emissaries, like they are also the scientists of the world? They're the ones. I mean, everybody else is a little bit more in the old school, the Faerun, a little more primitive in the sense of the world is magic. The world is not science. The world is a world of magic. But you've got the people, the emissaries, the people of science.
Yeah.
The people who understand why things are working the way they do, that understand that there's an eclipse, but nobody understands. Stay here, keep talking about it. I will be right back.
Well, it's the equivalent of I think like multiple Star Trek episodes that had it so that like Starfleet like left something behind. Do you know what I mean? Or like Trace, I'm thinking of like Star Trek episodes where like
Yes.
Where
There are 4 lights.
well no
Sorry,
I
just had to say it because you said Star Trek. Sorry.
But the emissaries are using technology that comes across as magical because of like a bunch of space explorers.
Oh, the emissaries are seen as magical beings, but they're really not. They're just scientists.
because they're based off a technological society.
Good gamer gets it. She's like the joys of parental gaming. Yay!
Yeah. We have 2 little ones that should be in bed.
They should be asleep right now.
Yeah. But do you know what I mean? Like maybe that's what happened. Like if a bunch of people crash landed on the planet a long time ago, and over time the camps split up and went to the light and dark. There's only enough technology to subsist, like a smaller
group of people, and that's where the emissaries.
The science.
Okay, so in novels, when this sort of thing happens, you end up with entire religions that end up getting built on skewing the science or not understanding the science, or
right.
So in a world where you have magic, and you have a very small group of scientists, but they're not really willing to share that science because there's only so much technology to go around, and they can no longer recreate this ancient technology,
right.
which is also getting into like kind of homage to Dragon Riders of Pern stuff.
Sure.
Because they started off in science and
then
kind of,
went.
but so what is the religion built on? Is the religion built on exalting the emissaries, who are just like the most powerful of beings, or is it?
I think at one point it was, but after time.
Or is there a religion built around daylight and a religion built around nighttime that are conflicting religions, that are conflicting ideologies, that are conflicting? You know, it's the same race. It's the same people.
I understand that.
But that are almost two completely different races by now because of differences
but
in
this
ideology.
original group that crash landed on this planet, like we have Commander Cathius and like Lieutenant Commander Troy. Like Cathius becomes the god, the deity of the light people because he led a group of people into the light. Like and Troy
from the place of the emissaries.
Troy becomes the deity for the dark people because cycling
because it
back,
was becoming over. I mean, you don't learn this initially, but because it was becoming overpopulated, because something had to happen. There wasn't enough technology to go around. You know, ancient history. It was becoming overpopulated. Somebody was able to lead these people into the light that were able to withstand the sun.
Yeah.
And some people were able to lead these people into the dark that were able to withstand the cold. And entire races and religions essentially were built around these people.
Right. But it's been years. But imagine being a child and knowing of the 2 gods that exist.
Do you think that the scientists genetically engineered or genetically modified these groups of people to be able to withstand the heat or the cold in order to deal with the population?
I think that's terrifying.
So
I
people
think
were chosen, like, early on, the infants were genetically modified, or the fetuses, or the
this
whatever.
gets really sciencey.
Dark.
It gets
but
really.
But there was a genetic modification in order to control the population, to be able to make sure they couldn't live there, that they had to live in the light, or they had to live in the dark.
Do we make it like Australia though? Do we make this like way back in the day? This was a prison planet. Like they were sent here to die.
Oh my gosh!
Like
they selected people, and anytime you broke the law, like that genetic. Oh, they modified the adults.
Yeah.
Like if you broke the law, you were sent into the light or you were sent into the dark.
Yeah.
But you were gone.
Yeah.
But because they had to do such a population upheaval, because they had to get rid of so many, it was essentially like Star Trek, Wesley walking on the grass.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Like any little infraction. And so the scientists, they are so elite in their own goodness. Like our ancestors were not the ones to ever break the law, to ever step a toe out of line. You know? They look down on these other people as, they are the ancestors of the thieves and the scoundrels, when these people did no more than steal a loaf of bread, kind of thing,
Yeah.
But they're so looked down upon by the elite, by the scientists.
They're led by a Warforged. He's been around the whole time.
From the very beginning.
The emissary, the Warforged is there, like the robotic that he's lived through the years and like trains them like.
sing the Gummy Bear song in a duet and you earned a follower? Do we sing for followers now?
Okay.
We don't need to sing for followers. We'll sing for nothing.
Sing the Gummy Bear song and duet and you.
Wait, okay. There are a lot of different Gummy Bear songs. There's the I'm a Gummy Bear.
Yes, I'm a Gummy Bear.
But there's also, what's the Gummy Bear song from Disney Afternoon? From like way back when. Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. High adventures that's beyond compare. They are the Gummy Bears. We'll do that for not a follow. We'll just do that because we'll sing stuff.
We're musical
for free.
But I expect a follow now.
Yeah.
We're not just going to dance for Grandma.
Nailed it. So which one were you thinking? Since we did both, we need to know now which one you were thinking. Ooh, this is real dark selective breeding. Ooh, that's really good too. I like the way Faulty Code Gamer thinks.
I know. Faulty Code, you were making fast friends.
Yes. Oh, yes. Disney, of course. Thank you. Yes. It was the second one. It was the Disney Gummy Bear.
We're Disney people.
Yeah, because that was part of the Disney Afternoon, and there was Tailspin and Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Chip and Dale.
Oh, what was the beginning part?
Da, 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 da,
to the tracks, well, these two gumshoes are picking up the slack.
There's no case too big, no case too small. When you need help, just call Chip and Dale.
Rescue Ranger. I fell in love with Gadget, which would explain why I fell in love with you. Like the cute girl next door, techie, with weird inventions.
Yay.
It was Gadget.
Oh gosh, I don't even remember all the characters.
And Monterey Jack.
Darkwing Duck. Yes, I love Darkwing Duck too. Yeah.
Let's get dangerous.
Well, and
Darkwing Duck.
The Scrooge, DuckTales. And now that they've got the DuckTales reboot.
I know. All new voice cast members and everything. So
amazing.
Yeah.
Faulty Code Gamer, we go on tangents. Your husband would get along so well with my fiance. Yay! Well, you'll have to get your husband on here, and then we'll all invent planets together.
I don't talk about it too much, but I do. My other job when I'm not doing D&D is voiceover work for the mouse. So voice character work, voice acting. So yes, we would probably get along really well. So.
Yay!
Yeah. But okay, yeah, dude. I think we have the basis of an idea.
Oh my gosh, we need to work on this and develop
D&D,
this.
I want to jump into these classes and then jump into the creatures.
I love Luminox. That was such a good name. You totally win for names. That was amazing.
Yeah.
So.
It's really good. It's really, really good.
Oh my gosh, it's already 9/11.
Yep. We love you guys.
Yes.
We're planning on doing a small stream tonight anyway, but I think episodes of something on Netflix are calling our name, and we're gonna chill and relax. But tune in on Tuesday. Like I said,
what day of the week is it? Sunday. Yeah,
Sunday,
Tuesday is the next day.
Our weekly D&D game set in a homebrewed land of Wonderland from Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Lots of fun stuff.
Nice slug.
Indigo plays Thoe, in that
she's a druid who's allergic to plants. I mean, maybe not all plants.
Only
but most plants.
Indigo could create a druid that was allergic to pollen and plants, yes. And she's a nerdy.
She's adorable. I love her so much.
Yeah. But it is super cool and super fun, and the singing episode is this Tuesday, so hopefully we'll see some of you guys.
It could be insane. And we've got Creative Chaos on Thursday, and I don't even know what's going on Friday. I don't remember.
It's a one-shot. It's a Loxodon one-shot.
Oh, that's right. It's right.
The whole thing we were talking about.
Tonight talking about a Loxodon one-shot, and then by the end of it, I totally forgot that we had a Loxodon
where our good
one-shot.
friend Wolf is going to be playing a female rogue Loxodon.
Seriously? I didn't even know this.
That has a crush on the paladin played by Mike.
Oh, are you serious? How did I not know any of this? Did this all come
just
through
happened.
On your phone just
so
now?
Tune in. It's going to be a fun adventure, guys.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be amazing.
We love you. We'll see you soon.
Mwah.
And Indigo Connect.
Yes.